I have a couple of questions for you. Are you a leader? And when are you not being a leader? So we are all leaders, no? Either we're going to be leading people or people are going to be leading us, right? So, yes, Gautam.
When in front of wife, I'm not leader.
So tell me, what is the job of a leader?
To guide
if you have to say in one sentence, what's the job of a leader?
Be a role model.
lead them.
Yeah, very simply and very nicely put, to lead them. But lead them for what? Lead them towards what?
Towards everything that's right.
Okay, let's hear some of the people who have been leaders and who are leaders. Raj says he was not a leader, he's just a team man. How can I believe it? So you were being a team man when you were leading as a commanding officer, huh?
No, there also I become a team man only. Whether I am in whichever position, that is where you asked what is the role of a leader. Lead to what? Lead to towards a common goal. So it is again a team goal. It is not an individual. If you are an individual, then you are not part of you are no more leader. A leader has to be part of the pack. And being part of the pack, there is a common envisioned goal. And
that is what you're talking about is what kind of a leader you want to be. But what's the job of a leader? A good
lead.
point made by you. To lead for what?
Towards a common goal, or whatever we envision towards the thing.
To fulfill some goal, whatever you have, right?
Yes, because unless it is a common goal, you will not get the support of the team.
So you have to make the goal a common goal, right? So that others people see it like that.
Yes.
Yeah, as Raj said, yes, the ultimate objective of a team wherein a leader is supposed to get everybody aligned to the goal. Because I'll give an example, sir. When in your team, when you give some task, some of the time the team members are not aware what is it actually my leader or my this team is expected to do. That clarity of goal is not there in many of the time, many times. So you need to, as a leader, you are expected to make sure everybody in the team is aligned with the goal. They have clarity about the goal. Also, when you give a task to a team, I mentioned earlier also, three things are important. This I learned from one of my seniors.
Okay, we'll not get into all those details right now.
Yeah.
It's a simple one sentence. Thank you very much for the input that you guys have given. So you might look in my 35 years of conducting leadership training. What I discovered was that most leaders focus only on task management. Huh? Most people focus only on the outside. Do this, this is what we should do. And very few people, and those few people are very good leaders, they focus on something known as contextual management also. A lot of people don't understand when I say what is contextual management. So I hope you understand it today. Yeah?
What is contextual management?
I just told you will understand it today. That's what I'm going to do today. So, a contextual leader will lead from the inside and out. So, there's one person who's leading on the outside. So, we'll talk more about that. So, but before we begin, we'll do a practice which most good leaders would do. Take a long, deep breath, please. Breathe out gently. And take another long, deep breath and breathe out gently. And one more time, take another long deep breath and breathe out gently. Now, whoever you are, whether you are in your family, you may be leading there, or in your team, and within ourselves also, we very often we are focusing on outside results. Fine, we have to do that also. So we want results, we want to achieve our goals, we focus on our strategies, we focus on the actions. But the real place where magic is happening and the most sustainable magnetic leadership, where people don't have to be pushed, they want to follow, where people are inspired, that leadership begins inside. Okay. So we'll actually give you a taste of that. So first of all, there has to be what we call as inner alignment, you know. What is it? What does that mean? It means living in sync with your core values. Now, if you value openness, trust, and honesty, but you are leading from fear, there is a mismatch. Your value is honesty, openness, trust, but you are leading from fear because that's what you've been taught to do. There is a mismatch in your, core values and what you're doing, right? Second thing is knowing your why. Why are you doing it? A clear purpose is like an internal compass, you know. It keeps you steady even when the world is completely chaotic, things are going crazy. Your purpose, the clarity about that keeps you going. And a state of high awareness where you recognize your emotional state at all times. See, self awareness will always allow us to respond and not react. And as you know, in this world, it's very easy to get into a reactive state because of the pressure, because of the uncertainty, because others are reacting, and then you react to their reaction. And ultimately, the whole team, including you, gets sidelined somewhere. So recognizing your emotional state and not reacting, but responding appropriately. Responding from where? See, when you react, it may have nothing to do with the purpose. When you respond, it is to bring people back to the purpose. See, yesterday early morning, we were supposed to travel at 7 o'clock, but at 5, almost 4:30, when we woke up and went outside into the hall, we found it was full of water. We looked everywhere, kitchen full of water, hall full of water, almost 4 inches of water, right? And it was going on coming, and we couldn't figure out where it was coming from. We looked outside, it seemed to be coming from the neighbor's house. And there was nobody there. Something must have burst or whatever. Now, instead of getting into a panic, reaction would have been panic, right? Immediately, I said, okay, what is to be done? I got a wiper, told my wife, ring up these guys, tell them to close the mains. And I picked up the wiper and started putting the water outside. And within 20 minutes, we had dealt with that situation. And we could leave on time. Otherwise, we would have got into a reaction, wasted time, and cancelled the trip only. So, let us pause for a moment, guys, and ask yourself, what value matters to me most? What is the most important value for me as a leader? And I'm honoring it daily. What value matters to me most as a leader, and I'm honoring it today? So let's do a very quick exercise. Close your eyes for a moment. Please close your eyes. Now, recall a recent situation where you had to lead or to make a decision. It could be anywhere, at home, in the office, or wherever. So bring that situation to your mind and ask yourself a question. Was I clear on my purpose in that moment? So yesterday morning, I was very clear. My purpose was that we have to deal with this situation and leave on time. Next question, was I aligned to my values? So if I look at myself in yesterday's situation, I was aligned with my value. My value is very clear. I do not panic in a difficult situation. I remain calm and peaceful. So 3 questions. Was I clear on my purpose at that moment? Was I aligned with my values? Was I emotionally grounded? Think about it for a moment. Now ask yourself, if I had led from full inner alignment, what might have shifted? What would have been different? Now, this is not about judgment, guys. This is about recognizing and making yourself stronger from within. When you are doing this kind of leading, that means leading from inner alignment, there is a very, very powerful ripple effect around you. Something very, very powerful happens. You become magnetic. People trust you even if they don't agree with you. How wonderful is that? Just your being is such that people trust you even if they don't agree with you. Another very interesting thing happens. You become clearer. Your choices and decisions come from essence and not from ego. It's interesting, isn't it? You become stable. You are not shaken by pressure. You are more rooted in the present. And by the way, this is not about being perfect. This kind of leadership is about being authentic. And remember one thing, guys, people don't follow titles, they follow the energy. So ask yourself, what kind of energy do I bring into the room? And is it aligned with the leader I aspire to be? Ask yourself, what kind of energy do I bring into the room? And is it aligned with the leader I want to be? So let's do some more work. I'll give you some simple daily practices which will make you lead from within, which will make you a more conscious leader. So in the morning, before your day begins, ask yourself, what kind of leader do I choose to be today? And with that, you start your day. Now, somewhere in the middle of the day, you check your emotion. Pause everything, feel into yourself, and name your current emotion. Am I, whatever emotion it is, and then ask a question. Is this particular emotion supporting my leadership or distorting it? Now, suppose you're angry or you're panicked, there is a lack of enthusiasm or whatever. Feel it and then say, ask yourself, is this emotion supporting my leadership or distorting it? So that's for the afternoon. And another very interesting reflection you can do in the evening at the end of the day is, did I honor my values today? What would I change tomorrow? What would I shift tomorrow? If you do these three things every day, these are very, very small micro practices. Na? But believe me, friends, it will create a macro impact. So let's come back to being a little more grounded and still as we end. Take another deep breath and breathe out. Take another deep breath and breathe out. Take another deep breath and breathe out and ask yourself the last question. What is the shift I will make today to lead more from within? What is one shift I will make today to lead more from within? And then let that answer come from your intuition, not from your mind. And Malika ji, to answer your question, you are not just a leader of tasks. You are a leader of energy, values, and vision. And when you lead from within, the outside begins to transform. Remember that. So when you lead from within, automatically the outside, your actions, everything starts to. So let today be a day of deep alignment and authentic leadership. So having done all that, first of all, I want to acknowledge Colonel Raj, because what he was talking about is what contextual leader does. What he was talking about was what a facilitative leader does. That's quite aligned with today's topic. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you know something more. Yeah? Is it going to bring a shift in your doing?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can always refer to this, you can listen to it later, remind yourself, do the processes. As you might have noticed, they are very, very simple. See, certain things are very, very simple, but they have a very profound impact. And lucky are those who have been following these principles. But just remember one thing, guys, we are human beings. And everything that we know and every principle sometimes goes out of the window when we get into the reactive state. Then something else takes over. Huh? So these exercises, simple ones, the 3 reflections, if you do it every day, it will bring you back to what you desire rather than what you become as a reactive leader. All right. Anybody has anything to share or say? Anything that you realized when we did these exercises or anything? Yes, Reddy Garu. After that, Malika Garu. Sorry.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
For all this, awareness is the key, sir.
Absolutely. Correct. So those 3 things where I said, one you do in the start of the day, one you do in the middle of the day, one you do at the end of the day.
End of the day.
It will keep you in that state for longer. Right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing. Malika ji and then Raj.
Awareness, yeah, I do agree with Reddy's point. Awareness is very important.
Yeah. And
That-
before I ask you, yeah, say more.
And one more request is there from my side, sir. We can enter into EMC with ease, joy, and glory. The 7 minutes today I struggled to enter in. There's nothing is working out, no link. There is within the email. I got the email. After that, also I struggled to get in. So 7 minutes I struggled today. From 6:58 onwards.
Everybody was able to do that. So I wonder what is it that you're not doing correctly? When such a thing happens, you should message me immediately
Okay, sir.
or call me. You can always ring up, pick up the phone and call, but not in the middle of the session. That is why, Malika ji, it's a good idea to join 3-4 minutes before.
That's why 6:58 onwards I am trying, sir.
Okay. But why is it that you are only not being able to do it? Did you click on the invitation that I sent yesterday?
Yes, that only I clicked.
Then you got an email.
Yeah, after that I got the email. In the email, no link is working. Then after that, I'm joining. I'm opening the Zoom and putting that username and password, which is in the email.
Hmm. So then that's what probably you should do every day. Put your this thing and the password. Yes, Raj, after that we go back to Reddy Garu.
Yeah, firstly for Malika madam, if your link on the email is not working, you come back to the WhatsApp message and then click. Once you have registered, you still will be able to go through the process and then you will be able to join. Don't depend only on email. That is possible. Coming to the issue that we were discussing today, sir, you started off that discussion today with your own personal experience of yesterday. The two words you used, the terminologies, reaction and response. You were responding, you are not reacting. Response
That's right.
also, a way of reacting, but it is more calibrated, more thought than
And
the
you're not
reaction.
losing focus. You're not
Yes,
losing focus on the objective.
yes, yes. So what important is, like what they say, being alive. Being alive means you are always in focus of the task, the end, what you want to achieve for that day. And the response follows that. But if you lose sight of that focus, then you are always on reaction mode. So the minimum reaction, more response. What you started off with that wonderful response and reaction. These two words one must remember. A leader responds, leader doesn't react. The moment he reacts, then he is going to lose and take time to take control. That is a precious moment in any move forward. That is what I wanted to say. Response is very important.
Yeah, and alignment, when I'm talking about, is the inner alignment, aligning
Yes.
to your values.
Yes. You as a leader, you cannot compromise on values, even even at the cost of failure. The values are more important for a leader because that is how the people follow. If values are not there, then the leadership itself loses value.
Okay, good. Thank you. Reddy Garu wanted to say something. Go ahead, and then after that, Vetrivel.
Sir, just for Malika madam, after receiving the email, she has to press again saying that join. Then it will take you to the either application or it will open in the browser. I think this she is supposed to do that, sir. Then you'll get
Okay,
one
very
more email, yeah, saying that please join.
That keeps us alive, na? Little bit of struggling in the morning, good, no? Keeps you awake. And I can make it simple like it was before.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you, sir.
Vetri. But I'm not going to make it simple.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. One insight comes to me is the ability to connect with others energetically, top level or low level, whatever be the hierarchy. That there is a metaphor in a movie, famous movie called Avatar, when the forest men, two men meet, they just connect their tail, and it connects energetically. They just verbalized that way. But for me, that's also a great thing, sir, which we are learning here, and a wonderful session. Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, Raj. Right, so thank you very much for being there. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for another
Right.
lovely session with you all. Bye-bye.